duck-sized vultures, I think, right? Because they're smaller and you can just like boom, boom, boom. Whereas like a big-ass duck, that's intense. You know what I mean? That's like those movies where they have like the big spiders and they come like. I don't think I want to take on a big-ass duck. That's weird.
Mind you, we have to be cute. I have to be cute. I have to have like a beautiful.
Yeah, she would pull up and it would be like a perfect.
Elegant face.
It's not Zoolander. It's the Zendaya face.
Like
it's
the whole time I'm like, and then as soon as and then back
that
down.
was it. You just got a little. I was gonna be like.
I usually don't like that shot. I kept telling Michael because I have this huge vein just right down my forehead because I've been upside down for like 3 minutes.
That's
like,
the one thing you notice?
Yeah.
That was pretty
my
impressive.
face is red.
Would you rather have as your theme tune to play into the room every time you entered, This Is Me or Britney Spears' Circus?
This Is Me.
Yeah,
I love Britney Spears, but This Is Me would just.
This Is Me is
make
like
me feel
a
good.
statement,
Yeah.
I think. A big statement song.
Knee slide in with This Is Me.
This is me.
Yeah, you just like did it.
Yeah. But what I do have a lot of fun with, which sometimes can be very difficult because there's like limited information, but I love this like feeling of like being a little kid and like you're basically playing make-believe. That's what we do for a living, but like it's on another scale when it's just like blue screens and like, you know, you're holding something in your hand that's just green, like a green thing, and they'll make it something else later. And you just have to kind of like, he's like, here's the scenario, here's what's happening, and action, you know? And you're just like, okay, I'm gonna just pretend that everything's there. Anything that has to do with kids' choice or teen choice is usually a fun carpet. And it's fun people, and it's always a great gathering. It's always super positive. There's lots of slime involved that I usually try to stay away from. So yeah, no, it's always a great time.
Especially in this beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would be too happy about that if I return this with slime all over it. That's the coolest part about, you know, animation is like, just anybody can come in and be a part of it. Well, where's Beyonce? You know, of course, we wouldn't want Beyonce to be in their movie.
We agree.
Right?
Beyonce for the sequel.
I mean, she's doing Lion King. So. I highly doubt she'll do this, but one can hope. Let's see. Yeah, no,
You've learned a bit of Cockney rhyming slang recently.
Yeah, and I've, you know, I find that like I do this thing when I'm around him for a while where I speak with British inflections, but not the British accent.
Yeah.
Which is really strange.
You have like an English cadence
with
while saying it as an American.
Yeah. Because you guys like ask questions like we go down, so we're like, oh, like where are you going? And you guys, where are you going?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of yeah. So
your favorite one is I say, yeah, he was funny, wasn't he?
Yeah, funny one-y.
And she says that all the time.
Because you just said funny one-y.
Yeah.
Hey, he's funny one-y.
Yeah, he was funny, wasn't he?
Funny one-y.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Or something that is that. You always say that at the end.
Yeah, that was funny, that.
That
yeah,
was funny, that.
That was proper funny, that was. That. Yeah, you're right, we do that at the end.
That at the end of something where you already said that.
Yeah.
It was funny, wasn't it? One-y. That. I would take Vulture's wingsuit for a month because based off what I've heard from Tom, that suit is difficult to deal with. He says that it's tight, it's restricting, and it's hot. And that is a combination of things I don't necessarily want on my body. So I'd rather just fly around, preferably.
But the Vulture's wingsuit would be pretty like.
It's pretty heavy, but
doors.
I'm not sure how it works, but I'm sure it can come off easier than that whole suit can. That's all I'm saying. So it just seems more realistic, and it's only for a month. The other one's for like a year. Like, what am I put that under everything? How am I gonna serve these looks with that underneath?
Coming out the bottom.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna mess up my look. I was so excited to do dance rehearsals, and then they'd be like, "Oh no, you're in the air," and I'd be like, "Oh." So every dance rehearsal's like, yeah, I get to, you know, like get into my thing, you know, like, and then they'd be like, oh no, for this you're gonna be in the hoop, so you don't need to memorize that.
She was always spinning above everybody.
I was always doing something in the air, so.
Which is dope.
It's
which
cool,
is pretty
but I wish I could have been on the ground every now and then. Honestly, like if it's all three of us,
yeah,
you, me, and Jacob, it's like We're not getting any
We're
work
like a
done.
ticking time bomb.
We're not getting any work done. I try my best to hold it together. I really do.
Do you remember that day when Alfred and Willem were doing that like really serious scene with each other?
Yeah,
in the
and we're in the
sanctum?
background like.
Just ourselves laughing.
The awkwardest part is at the end of a session, they'll get reaction noises and it's like screaming and running and like panting. And it's just awkward. And the awkwardest one is laughing. Like, if you ever been told to laugh when nothing's funny, it's just like really weird. Like, you're like, okay, laugh. You're like, like, it's just strange. It's not natural. It doesn't feel right.
Would you rather be as hairy as the dog-faced boy or as tall as the Irish giant?
I'm already as tall as him, so it's fine. My mom's 6'4". I've always wanted to be super tall, so I'm down for that. Yeah, I think she's just like listening to the sounds of the desert. You know what I'm saying? She's too busy listening for the sandworm. She's like, I don't have time to listen to music. You know, I gotta stay alive.
Trying to stay alive.
You know what I'm saying?
Really tough. Really tough.
We're fine.
Yeah,
but
we're
it's
good
really
at it
just-
because we value our jobs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really just.
Whereas this guy, I don't know.
I value my job. I just am not very good at keeping it a
You
secret.
just get too excited.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't. He just tells them.
No, this is not true. People ask
I
me
did not
tricky
have to
questions.
ask you one thing for you to tell me
That's
absolutely every
because
detail.
I needed to tell someone.
That's okay. I'm fine with you telling me.
After a long junket,
You
it's
ruined
really
the movie
difficult
for
to
me.
like be like, oh, I'm sitting on this secret. I need to tell someone. So I'll ring them up and be like, hey, by the way, Iron Man dies.
I'm short compared to a lot of people here, but I'm actually pretty tall. I'm 5'10". My mom is 6'4". My dad is a basketball coach. My mom played basketball in college. I was supposed to be the first woman in the NBA. That didn't happen. I went a different career path, but you know, my parents had some different thoughts for me. But of course, I love sports for as long as I can remember. But I just decided to go the artsy route.
I think Jonas Brothers are up there because they posted something about it the other day. I think their album is #1.
No.
Shout out Nick Jonas.
No, it's something totally different.
Are you googling it? #1 is probably is Ed Sheeran up there?
Oh,
The Horse Song.
horses in the
Old
back.
Town Road.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a side to Peter Parker that I got to show, which I can't talk about, but it was so fun doing it.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It was scary. John would be like, cut. And then he would come over and be like, are you okay? I was like, I don't know.
So they came over me.
Yeah, so I
Just such a good actor.
Oh my goodness, maths.
Yeah, that's
7
math.
times 24 is...
Is don't know because
28.
I'm not doing
36
math in my
hours
head 'cause I'm too
is
No, wait. Let me just do this real quick in my head. 8. It was 14. That's
carry the one.
168. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
Jacob.
welcome.
Oh, you could do math.
Greenhouse gas.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
That's true. That's why you need trees because they
Yeah,
turn
'cause
it
they take
into
it into
oxygen.
oxygen.
Usually
Yeah.
it's just John screaming, "Boom!
Yeah.
And then look now.
Bam! Look to your left.
Thunderstrike.
Look to your right.
Thunderstrike.
Run!"
Lights.